good morning. Happy Mother's Day. It is wonderful to be here, to be able to share with you for a few minutes. And Sarah did such a beautiful job painting the portrait of a virtuous woman. And we're going to stay in Proverbs 31 and look at a couple of other verses. But I want to pose a question to you of, ladies, what do you think about when someone starts talking about the Proverbs 31 woman? I'll be honest, I am always, it makes me feel overwhelmed and inadequate because I start looking at this woman who is doing everything. I mean, she's up before dawn eagerly. Who gets up eagerly before dawn? Not me. I mean, I love my family. I did not get up eagerly before dawn to make them breakfast. She's making breakfast and sewing their clothes and planting vineyards. I mean, I can't make sourdough bread, and she's planting whole entire vineyards. So this woman was amazing. And there's something though that does kind of resonate with me because it does talk about that she did like to shop. So it said she shopped around for yarns and cotton. So I kind of feel her there, but that was about it. I mean, she's this incredible woman doing all of these different things. And the one thing though that stands out to me about her is she understands who God's created her to be. She understands her purpose. She understands her calling. She knows what God's destined for her. There are so many qualities of this Proverbs 31 woman, but I'm going to focus on verse 20. And verse 20 says, she opens her arms to the poor, and she extends her hands to the needy. So one of the things God called this woman to was to be a resource and to be a generous giver. Don't raise your hand, but how many know you can 100% say, I know my purpose in life. I know what I'm here to do. Some of you, like without hesitation, could absolutely say, yes, I do, I know. Some of you, maybe, I kind of know maybe what I'm supposed to do a little bit, but I'm not really sure. And then some of you, I don't know. I have no clue. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be here for. Listen, ladies, if there's a question in your life of what you're called to do, read Proverbs 31. Because there's a great description in here. She opened her arms to the poor and extended her hands to the needy. Extended, that's a verb. It's an action. She was doing something. She was moving forward to go meet the need of someone. She wasn't waiting for someone to come to her. She was going to them. She's not waiting for someone to ask her for help. She's not waiting to be told what the need is. She's stepping into action just by seeing the need. So she's pursuing her purpose, not just doing what she feels like doing, but what she knows God's called her to do and what he's equipped her to do and what he's given her the tools to do. Verse 20 isn't just referencing the woman that's doing something for just herself and just her household and just her family. Let's look at all the resources and tools she has to share. If you go back earlier in the chapter, it talks about her hands being full and fruitful and all those things she's accomplished. So she has so much to share with other people. I think one of the biggest lies that our culture buys into, and not just in the world, but in the church too, is do what makes you happy. Do what feels good. Do what feels right. That's not biblical. It's not biblical to just, I'm going to do this because it feels good. This makes me happy. That's not what God's called us to do, because genuine fulfillment only comes when we're working in the purpose that God has for us. And focusing on others' needs will take your eyes off of your own needs. Because so many times we get so focused on, I need this, I don't have this. When there's so much going on around us, if we would just take our eyes off of what's going on in our own life, the junk we've got going on in our own life, and look out at other people, oh my goodness. We could be the resource to so many people. We could be fulfillment to so many people, and we would find our fulfillment there. Ephesians 3:20 says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." So created in Christ Jesus to do good works. We were created to do good works. Let's look at the poor and the needy. Obviously, this does encompass basic needs and necessities. She was able to help and be the source for people, for clothing, for shelter, for money, for things that people needed. I mean, that's a given. It's a given. We should always be generous with our money, and if we have extra finances. As believers, we're required to hold our stuff loosely and not be closed-fisted, but to be open-handed to people. And I know some of you have already tuned me out because it's, you know, like, I don't have extra money. I mean, most of us don't. Like, we're living day to day, week to week. The price of eggs is like ridiculous. So we don't have a lot of extra money sometimes to give, and that's okay because you're not off the hook. Even if you don't have extra money to give, you're not off the hook because you have plenty of tools and resources. Verse 20 isn't only talking about an economic need, because there's people around us that have so many other emotional needs around us, whether it's our children, our husbands, our families, our coworkers, our friends. They're in need of love, wisdom, guidance, encouragement, grace, prayer for healing. That's all things that we can be a resource of. Philippians 4:19 says, "And my God will meet all of your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." How many believe that verse? My God will supply all my needs according to his riches and glory. It's a basic biblical principle. How many believe that God will use you to bless others? I mean, pretty simple, right? How many believe that God can use you to be an answer to someone's prayer? Pretty simple, right? Why don't we do it? We sit back and we wait and we say, well, somebody else will do it. Somebody else can help that person. We can be the answer to someone's prayer. When our attention in our walk with the Lord is available to the Lord without distractions, when we're zoned in and focused on our relationship with Jesus, we will start to see and recognize the needs that are around us. The closer you get to Jesus, the more you pursue your walk and your relationship with him, you will start taking your eyes off of you and your circumstances. Your eyes are on him, and he will start showing you the needs that you can help fulfill. You might have a coworker at your job that's in need of maybe some training. They might need help with a project that they can't get done, and you know exactly how to do it. It's so simple. Oh, you know what? I can come help you do that. Not a problem. You might have a friend who has an emotional need that needs encouragement. Maybe you've walked through depression yourself. So you know what it's like. You know what it's like to live in darkness. You know what it's like to live with hopelessness. But you know how to pray. You've walked out of it. So call them. Pray for them. Be the resource for them. Take them out to lunch. Here's a little good one, a little shameless plug. Maybe you hear something that your church is in need of something. Maybe workers for Vacation Bible School. And you love kids. And you've raised some great kids, and so you've got some extra time. You know what? I can come serve. I can be a resource to that. I remember when my husband and I had our oldest, our first baby, we were terrified, to say the least. We were not prepared to be parents. We felt very inadequate of raising a baby, raising a child. I was super scared. I was very emotional that I wouldn't be what that baby needed for me to be. And I was so grateful that there was some women that came alongside of me. They didn't wait for me to say, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. They didn't wait for me to have a complete mental breakdown around them. They saw that I was nervous, that I was scared, and they came alongside of me and they opened their parenting toolbox and said, Heather, here you go. I want to help you do this. I've got some extra baby clothes. I can come help babysit. They were offering wonderful advice. I didn't have to ask. They just did it without being asked. That saved me emotionally as a young mother. There's so many moms. There's some of you, maybe your kids are grown. You can be that for someone. You can be an encouragement. You can be a lifeline. If you were to see a building on fire down the road, say that there was a building burning, and the fire department came, and they're just standing around with their fire trucks there, holding, the hose, but they're just standing there. They're not responding to anything. You would think they're crazy, right? There's a burning building because they've got all the tools and the resources to put that fire out. They're not waiting to be told what to do. They jumped into action. They're going to start hosing down the fire and taking care of the fire immediately. Well, it's just as crazy and ridiculous when we as believers, if we say, we're believers, we love Jesus, we can do this, and we have the tools to offer other people to help them grow and walk in their faith walk, and we just hold on to it. And we watch people around us just struggling. You can be the answer to their prayer. Authentic Christianity is an active relationship with Jesus. We cannot be an active believer if we do not have movement in our faith. If we don't have movement in our faith, we're only a bystander. So I'm going to encourage you today to live your generosity out loud. Live it out loud so somebody can see it. Be encouraged today, and God bless you.